Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today it's going to be another Road to Rank 1 for the April 2023 season, and I played a bunch off camera, and I'm up to rank 6. I actually just hit rank 6 last game, out of good long fight with Innocent Bubbles. And yeah, I've been switching around decks. I played a bunch of Jaguar yesterday. I've been playing some Air today. Probably going to be sticking on Air now. But we are just under 100 points off first. And hopefully by the end of this video we can at least get 5th. We will see. So with that, let's get into the games.
What a performance there by J-King.
J-King, full plot armor.
J-King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J-King is our world champion! J-King 7! What? The back-to-back KARDS world champion!
Alrighty, first opponent, HGR on US. I believe I've played against him. Yes, he's on US-Italy ramp. Played against him a few games ago. He plays a lot of these big fighters for some reason. So I'm kind of tempted to keep Spitfire. Keeping Spitfire might be a bit trolling, since maybe just going for cast and lots of 1-drops to get a bunch of early damage in is better. And now that I'm saying that, that does feel right. I don't know about keeping cast, though, without any 1-drops. So I'm just going to full mulligan. Here's a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and cast. This looks pretty good. Also, you can always have switched to like US mid-range or something. Even if they're on the same nation, you can never be certain somebody's going to be playing the same deck. I've had that experience a couple times this season. I had one guy play Italy Control. I queued into him 2 games later, and he'd switch to Britain CA and beat me on like turn 4. Well, off to a quick start here. Got those 7 points. I mean, yeah, that is the benefit of playing meta decks, is if you're playing off meta decks, people don't know what you're playing, so they're kind of interested, so they keep playing. But if you're playing meta decks, sometimes people just surrender. They're just like, I'm playing cards for fun, I don't want to play against Air, I'm leaving. Or like, you beat them once on Air, with like, you get super lucky, so you get a really crazy start and you beat them once, and they're just like, this person's like, always gets lucky starts, or their deck is just crazy good against mine, or something like that, and then, yeah, they just surrender early. If that guy was on the same deck, that deck can definitely beat mine. It's not favored or anything, but he can definitely win that matchup. Another Britain. This is, yeah, punished for keeping Cass. I'm not usually a fan of keeping Cass, and I mean, this is kind of the reason why. It's actually going to be Mobilize. Airsup, good card to find in this matchup. Kitty Hawk's gonna be okay. It's not gonna be able to come down fast enough to kill this. But even just taking the Mobilize off of it's gonna be fine. I'm really hoping I draw a 1 or... Okay, well that gives us a thing to do. Which is to kill that. Because you don't want Piracy. Although Piracy in this case wouldn't be like the end of the world, because I do have the Kitty Hawk. But that also suggests it's not Mobilize. Okay, now it's just Mobilize that runs 2-pounder. Just gonna be one of those days, I guess. I think I'm just gonna take this out. Or, well, not take it out, but get the Mobilize off of this. With Surprise Attack Monty in hand, it's slightly less of a threat. Oh wait, that doesn't even take the Mobilize off, of course, because the block. Oh, I'm trolling. Okay, well. Okay. It would be really good if this was a bomber. Yeah, I'm just gonna surprise attack the block. Alright. I mean, I still think playing Kitty Hawk last turn onto that thing was still probably my best play, but I completely blanked on what block actually did. The block is not a card you see particularly often. It's like a mobilized London Brigade hybrid. That is bizarre. Hmm. I'm like terrified of the ability of him to just like one-shot me with this, with like a Monty turn. Like if I play Spitfire and then he does Wrath, suddenly in a world of hurt. Maybe I push and Swordfish, so I have a bomber on the board already. Although actually shelling. Um. Hmm. I think I like the idea of getting the Swordfish down. If he has shelling here, I'm going to cry. Defend in depth, it leaves up Spitfire. Oh, he just has 2. That's pretty good. It is getting tempting to Empire Strikes this just to stop the size of this. I could sack, kill the London Brigade. That doesn't feel great. Problem is this plays really hard into carpet bombing. Which is also not great. Wait, of course, why would I sack the... If I cast... I'm gonna cast because it brings Wellington down. Which is still not enough to actually kill this thing, if he does move it up. But at least I can feasibly play Wellington. Hummer. Wait, why would you move it up now? Okay. So I can Sonia Empire Strikes. Attack. I don't think there's a way to get... Yeah, so this attack has to happen. And then the question is, do I do Aichi Empire Strikes or Sonia Empire Strikes push the Piracy? I mean, I'm kind of struggling to see how I lose either way. I guess the Aichi is more resilient to a carpet bombing. I'm gonna go with this play just because I don't like giving the Hammer free attacks. Like, I don't know, maybe he plays like supply shipment naval support or some nonsense. You never know. That's a really good draw. And because I'm worried that the last card could feasibly be Ultra, I'm not going to Convoy. Yeah, it feels like there's a very good chance that that last card is Ultra. So I'm going to start with the Type 94. I should have played this on the left of the Sonia. Not Ultra. And he is dead on the following turn. Okay, 2nd Brigade. Do not believe that is enough to keep him alive. Alright, so that was I mean, it's another win. And it's not going to be a lot of points. It was a bit of a strange game. That's like the type of game where at the end of it, it kind of feels like, oh, that game was never close. That guy's deck was bad, and like just got dominated by air because air is so strong. But that's the type of game where it's like, if he had Monty, or like possibly Shelly on like one of those turns, suddenly he has like a 9/5 Fury in the front line that I can't really answer. So yeah, you always have to be aware of those types of plays, those types of decks. You can't ever just be like, oh, this is a free win, let's autopilot. So Spitfire is tempting if it's... I'm worried it's going to be CA or Heinz there. That was a very fast 3-card keep, I believe. I just really like HMS Empire. Going second, it can be tricky versus like Heinz. Although, turn 1 pass it with a 3-card keep means it's almost certainly not aggro. Hopefully it's not Flampanzer. I've not seen a lot of Flampanzers recently. Okay. I was trying to tell like how many cards that was discarding. For a second it looked like it was discarding both casts, which would be hilariously depressing. Okay, that's U16, 989. I think I want to get the convoy out. Like, I don't really see the need to pressure face at the moment. If he JUs, I just do Empire Air Sup. FW, I can do Swordfish. Empire. And I'm actually 1 off lethal next turn with Empire double attack. Or triple attack. Flying Bomb. I'm probably not going to Empire unless I need to, or he does a way of gaining credits or something. That makes me have to worry about Schwalbe. Although, that is tempting. Empire not cast? Yeah, Empire not cast actually seems okay. So, kill him from hand, even if he has like double root out to clear this. Annihilation is not enough, and that's going to be a quick 3rd game. That's weird. I've seen like several FWs now. 2,800. We have made it. Hopefully this is not like a 29-30 kind of season, because I have things to do tomorrow. It's currently like 28 hours to season end, and I've got things to do tomorrow, so hopefully this is not going to be a tight finish. Raymond Cow, never seen this person before. Soviets. That was a fast 3-card keep. Albacore typically doesn't... Like, bombers are really good against Soviets. Albacore, in particular, not great. There's not a lot of 1-health targets. There's not a lot of early threats you need to pin. I think actually I probably should have played Gladiator first last turn, just in case he has the Red Dawn. There's not a lot they're going to be playing on 1 that I need to attack with Swordfish. I don't really want to air sup this, but I think keeping the bodies on board is important. It's like, it's less about the healing and more like I just feel like having air sup in my hand is gonna offer me more tempo down the road than it's offering me this turn. Spitfire here is a pretty good draw. Also, acceptable draws would have been Cass and Convoy. HMS would have been fine. Oh boy. Shelling on curve is always tempting. It's a little awkward here. Do I air sup that? I don't think so. I don't think keeping the 989, or not the 989, the Type 94 alive is particularly worth it. So now I can just do this. And that is just like such a huge tempo swing. Hopefully he does not have case yellow here. This would actually be a halfway decent case yellow. I mean, if he does case yellow, I just air sup to clear this, but Wolfpack to discard Aichi. That is annoying. I'm gonna keep the surprise attack. This does give him information on what is left in my hand, but I'm fine with that. Because he wants to guard this turn, but if he guards, it means I can clear it. Double guard. Sure. Oh, that's good. Does mean I'm going to have to push this to protect the Sonya. Annihilation, discard HMS. Well, that card would have essentially just won us the game right there. So that's a little annoying. Gonna start with the Convoy. This is quite annoying. So right now my hand has several very high tempo ways of dealing with threats, but his board does not have, like, none of these units are super threatening, but they do need to be removed at some point. So the question becomes, how much do I want to play? I think I do want to take out this T60 just because of the possibilities of it reaching the support line. That HMS discard was so crucial, because his deck should lack meaningful. AoE, he might have Root Out here, actually. That looks like it could be setting up for a Root Out. Possibly a Winter Warfare, with like ISU in the future, possibly. Otherwise, just trading the 845th seems very weird to me. Yeah, that play seems quite bizarre to me, to be completely honest. Naval Supply Run. Actually, a one-off lethal this turn. I think I go for it. Oh, but... see, if I bring him to 1, like, this is definitely happening. If I bring him to 1, I just have a 2/3 chance of winning next turn if he doesn't heal, and it's going to be very difficult for him to heal. I think I just have to do this. I think this is correct, because even if he does have Partisans to clear, he's still forced to do Wait, he can't actually Partisans to clear. You're gonna do like. Actually, how can he clear this? Because Annihilation doesn't do it, Single Sudden Strike doesn't do it. Like, Confusion clears. Actually, no, Confusion doesn't even clear, because then it doesn't return to hand. And he can't Partisans the Kitty Hawk without killing it in the process, because... Yeah, I think there's a... 39th. That's gonna help. That's gonna do it. That's, like, the one card in his deck. And we didn't discard Empire. Whew. Yeah, I briefly considered just playing Convoy to see what my next draws would have been, but I don't need to BM this guy. 2805. And we're 1 win away from getting up to 5th. Passing Head. Hopefully Head does, like, makes top 6 this month. Head had that tragic fall out of top 6 last month, and then he still got to play, but okay, this was longer queue. The meta so far today has been very interesting. There's lots of a lot of control. A lot of control. I've seen very little Jaguar today. Decent amount of air, decent amount of frontline, but a lot of Soviet control and German control in particular. Keeping Empire Strikes is tempting, because if it is frontline, this is one of the key cards of the matchup. Okay. It's not often you say I want it to be frontline if you're playing air, but do you kind of want it to be frontline right now? So if I just Swordfish, I'm gonna go with Swordfish, because if he just does move up attack, then he hasn't developed any infantries. And I'm perfectly happy with that. I can just do, like, Sonya Airship. I guess this is weak if he now does 35, like a 1-cost infantry 35T, but I feel like if he had 35T and a 1-cost infantry in hand, he would not have started with Greyhound. And of course there's draws, Cass, Airsup. He's gonna expand research. That is bizarre. I'm not gonna overcommit the bombers, because I do intend to push Gladiator next turn. He might just do 5th Rangers, which would really suck. That is bad. Cass, please. Pretty please. That's not terrible. Okay, hopefully there is no... I mean, like, honestly, this wouldn't even be the worst stars in the world, because then I'd do Sonya Spitfire. Follow-up, he's gonna do Mobilization. Kind of a weird deck. I'm not gonna push a bomber. Like, if he wants to strap bombing me here, that's perfectly fine, because I just, like, drop him to 6 or something like that. Stars off the mobilization. He needs, like, a United We Stand or a dive bombing. Woken Giant is not it. Do I ever Sonya? I think I'm gonna Swordfish. It's a slightly stickier body, and the 2 health break could actually matter a lot right here. DFA? DFA kills a Spitfire, which apparently he needed to win that 1 and 3 to not die. Neat. I could Empire this. Clears the combat and puts the most pressure on. This is like some weird free-to-play mid-range. Oh, Italy. Oh, please don't Marinos them. Oh my goodness. Ah. Well, this puts us into a very awkward position. I don't really want to Monty. Like, I'm going to, but I don't love this. Just gonna clear the board. What's this? M13. It's not a card you see very often. Pressurized Cabin. Now, that is a ballsy move. Especially into Britain holding up 3 credits. Here's an interesting question. Do I just get the damage in? If I get the damage in, he drops to 6, and I just kill him with cast next turn. Assuming it doesn't leave Piracy up. Actually, do I kill him regardless? Because this is 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I just kill him regardless. And of course, it leaves the Piracy up. But, does not matter. He is very, very dead. Alright. I mean, we're just kind of like blitzing through these games. It has definitely not been this easy. Yeah, let's just play for 3rd, I guess. It has not been this easy. Like, I went on a bit of a win streak, like a 25-game win streak, last night. It has not been this easy today. There's a lot of losses. I lost 5 Brit Air mirrors early, like this morning. 5. And I can tell you now, I was not being outplayed in those mirrors, but I mean, when one player goes first with Gladiator Air Sup into Swordfish, 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 Empire Strikes, Shelling Monty, and the other player's hand is like Swordfish, 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 Sonia, Sonia, no Air Sups, no Empire Strikes, no pin. One of those players is going to win. It's our good old friend Raymond Cow, the Soviet-German discard. Definitely not keeping Empire Strikes. Honestly, keeping Type 94 doesn't seem crazy. I've become increasingly a fan of keeping Type 94. Because I find the surprise attack is just so useful in so many situations. And it essentially just makes this unit worth keeping. I think I'm going to go for the Aichi just because it's better against Sudden Strike, and honestly kind of slightly better against 845th than Swordfish Gladiator. Also better into Scorched. Force him to spend the credits attacking if he wants to trade. And he has the sudden. Oh. Okay. So presumably he's trying to set up a route out. This play does just lose the game if I have a cast, which is interesting. Do I get the damage in now? I could also just float 3 credits. If this is going for a route out, we didn't see him play route out last time. I don't really see. Yeah. Okay. Well, going for plays that lose the game on turn 3 is something you're gonna see a lot. Hopefully he doesn't have one of the elite guards, like Train or the First Rifles. 39th would also be decent here. It wouldn't be crushing. We're just gonna play for tempo. Against discard, playing for tempo is always a good idea, because you put them into situations where, like, he could Wolfpack me, and it's a 1 in 3 to hit Lend-Lease, but if he Wolfpacks me, he takes 5. And he doesn't know what he's gonna hit, he doesn't know what's in my hand. I could even do Monty Surprise Attack. That seems a little insane. This is not like a bad turn to just Lend-Lease, to be completely honest. I think Monty Surprise Attack might be a little too crazy. Mostly because it's just very weak to second route out. He picked that very fast. Petliakov. That's actually kind of annoying. Let's see, I can Sonya, push up Aichi. Yeah, I'll just go for the 4 damage Empire Strikes, because this board is somewhat resilient to, like, if he went to offensives, he's just dead. If he does a root out, he's just dead, without a follow-up. Yeah, 39th doesn't actually... Well, actually 39th would be kind of annoying here, because he 39th's onto top deck First Rifles. Winter Warfare? Okay. Odd. Yeah. Okay, we take those. And with that, we are up to rank 3. Which, I mean, it's still a decent way to go. Still, what is that? 71 points. But, yeah, made some good progress. And this isn't the longest one ever, but I'm going to end it here, and you can expect at least one more for this month. And, yeah, I'll keep you up to date on if I hit rank 1. Make sure you subscribe so you see that next video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.